meet, and welcome to the daily reading for all signs for today, the 11th of July, 2024. This is Ariel Gatoga, and we are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Jennifer and the lovely Diane, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely I Am Her Eminence. Thank you so much, moderators, and thank you to everybody for joining us today. We are today reading with the Old English Tarot, and let's purify with this Vervain by Fragonard. I'm going to use 3 sprays in this big room, and you can find links to purchase these products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel, should you desire. If you are watching us on a restream on YouTube and you don't feel like watching any shuffling, you can just use the timestamps to get right to the reading if you'd like. This reading does go out to a lot of people, so if for some reason it doesn't seem like it's applying to you, just disregard it, because it's possibly not your reading. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign, and you can find all the most recent restreams of those readings right on my website, arielscorner.com. arielscorner.com, just click on the free online tarot readings link in that main menu. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch, and you can watch on Twitch without ads when you subscribe to us there. Our shop is located at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. Our brand new shop should be soft launching in about a week or two. If you are on our email list, you'll get all of those kinds of announcements when they come up. If you'd like to get on that email list, just go to our website, arielscorner.com, arielscorner.com, and you can find a place to sign up in the footer of every page. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/arielgatoga, paypal.me/arielgatoga, or if you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks if you feel like giving a donation. We do appreciate your support. And we do appreciate you taking some time out to hang out with me today for this daily reading. So without any further ado, let's give this deck one more shuffle just to be on the randomized side of life. Give the deck a nice clean cut, and we'll see what's in the cards for everybody today. June 11th, 2024, or whenever you happen to be watching this. It's the Hermit card, the Lover's card, and the Five of Swords. So, you know, the Five of Swords in the right hand position is always just a gentle nudge that we do have choices in our lives. We do have choices as to where we're going. And it's saying here that you've got all kinds of help. You've got all kinds of help, internal help. You've got an internal guidance system that is constantly asking, or that is constantly available, but you have to ask it. You have to ask. It doesn't come in and just change your life for you. That's not how it works. But if you ask for direction, if you ask for guidance, and then you listen and you take that guidance, you avoid all the problems that you tend to want to put yourself into. Not you only, everybody does. We all want to put ourselves into problems in this world. It's kind of how we are wired. Some people are wired more to that than others, it seems, but all of us have that self-destructive tendency that we can avoid, we can move out of, but we have to be willing to be guided. We have to be willing to not always be right about everything. And so it's like there's so much guidance here. But you see how this, I love that we're using an older design here. This angel is pointing the arrow straight at a target, and all these people are going, but they're looking everywhere but that. They're kind of trying to figure it out themselves. They're having a conversation. Maybe we should do this. I think we should do that. Don't you think we should do this? And the angel's going, yeah, or you could do what I say. You could just do what I say, but they're not paying attention. And why aren't they paying attention? Because they're not listening. They think they know best. They think it's up to them. And when you think it's up to you and you think you know best, you're not going to listen. You're not going to ask for help. You're not going to ask for guidance. And then when you hit all the snags of life, it's not that you're being punished. It's just that's the way it works. If you keep trotting into the brambles, you're going to get stuck by brambles. But if you were listening, where they said avoid the brambles up ahead, you would avoid the brambles, and it's that simple. And so it's a very clear indication that you can avoid some problems today by listening and taking guidance. And then you can avoid those problems completely. But many of you are headed into the brambles, and your guidance system within you is saying, brambles up ahead, woman's going into brambles, man's going into brambles, person's going into brambles. And we don't want to be like these people. Oh, well, maybe I think we should go into the brambles. That's a good idea, right? We should go into the brambles. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen to that guidance and stay out of the brambles. All right, let's open this baby up and see what else is going on here. 6 of Wands, yay. Knight of Swords. Okay, well, that explains a few things. Oh, and the star. So ultimately, you don't have anything to worry about. Even if you do get into the brambles, if you remember that you're not alone, just because you didn't call in your guidance, just because you didn't listen and you got into the problem, if you get into the problem, you can still call on a higher power and it will be undone for you. So there's even if you don't listen and you get into the problem, you can call on that star goddess power or that higher power, whatever you want to call it, that divine grace, and allow it to be undone for you by saying, I must have made a choice that got me into this problem, and I don't want to be in this problem, so I can also make a different choice. But I don't understand how to make that choice, but there is a power that is guiding me that knows how to make that choice. And so if I can lean into that and have her make that choice for me, she can undo all of the consequences. And I don't have to be in the brambles anymore. She can lift me right out of those brambles. And it's as if it never happened. So even if you don't listen today and you do get into trouble, calling on that star goddess, and you can call it whatever you like, there's no magic in that name. But if you call upon that star goddess, if you call upon that Holy Spirit, if you call upon the goddess, the Divine Mother, anything you want to call her, and ask, just looking at it as divine grace, and ask to be released. Ask for help and assistance in taking responsibility for your choice and saying, but I don't want this, and I want to make a new choice, and I want to have you undo everything that caused this. She'll do it. She wants to do it. That's her greatest, most cherished desire is to lift you out of problems. Just like it's your inner guide's most cherished desire to guide you and to make sure that you make good choices and decisions. But see, when you're listening to people rather than that inner guidance, that's that Knight of Swords, people always want you to do what they're doing, and they think they know best. They think they know best. I had somebody on my YouTube channel that was going on and on about non-dualism and non-dualism and non-dualism and just criticizing me and criticizing me and criticizing me. And it took me so much effort to say, do you see the irony here? I didn't say it, but I just let it go because I didn't want to get involved in a conversation. But the irony here is you're being so dualistic by arguing with things. So you don't want to listen to people. People think they're right. People think they know what's best. People don't know anything. They think they do, but they don't know what's best for you. But you know what's best for you when you're listening to that higher power, when you're listening to that inner guidance, that still small voice within you, that voice for peace. And like I said, even if you don't listen and you get into trouble by listening to the wrong voice, which is usually these other people that, you remember, misery loves company. And even if they don't consciously intend to do it, they're trying to get you down in the pits with them. And then you'll go right down with them. But if you notice that you get down in the pits with them and you say, I don't want to be in the pits anymore, I must have made a wrong choice, you can call upon that star goddess to undo it, to lift you out of it. And it's as if it never happened to begin with. So no matter what happens today, you're going to be fine as long as you understand it's the power of your decisions that's at stake here. Now, the Six of Wands is talking about how that solar light has the ability and power to reorder things in your life so that they start to conform to the divine design. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards here talking to you about we're here to help. We're here to help. Spiritual power is here to help you. And you don't have to go through anything like this. You don't have to go through these problems, but you do have to turn to us, whether it's the solar light, whether it's to your inner guide, whether it's to that star goddess, or whether you recognize that they're all different aspects of that same power. Speaking of non-dualism, you can be lifted out of anything. But remember that our need to be right is very profound. I'm right. I know what I'm doing. I know everything. Me. That's when we get into trouble. And it's not because it's not because we're defective. It's not because we're bad. It's just that we're misinformed here. Our ego minds have been, we're so used to letting our ego minds be in charge of everything that we have a hard time usually discerning between whether this is a good idea or not a good idea. And so until we get into the habit of asking for guidance over and over and over again, we tend to get into the brambles. And there's always a way out. There's always a way out. So 4 meditations you could choose from today that might really help with this. One is that solar light meditation, and you can do that very quickly, very briefly. You can find it on YouTube, Gatoga Solar Light. There's 2 versions of it, and one of them is a little bit longer than the other, and they're both really, really brief. These other 3 meditations are a little bit longer. The Hermit card, it represents your inner guide that's always with you. And the name of that meditation is working with your inner guide. Well, that would have been easy to memorize, you'd think. Working with your inner guide. The Lover's card is receiving guidance on a choice or decision. That's the name of that meditation. And the Star card, should you desire it, the name of that meditation is receiving the divine grace of the Star Goddess. It's a good one if you do find yourself in the problem and you just want to be released from it. You can, like that. She can release you like that. And so no matter what happens today, help is at hand. Recognize that if you do get in trouble, it's just because you made a wrong choice, and you can have it undone for you. It's okay. There's many do-overs today, and you can keep doing it over until you get it right. So you don't need to put up with anything that's going on today that you feel is negative. You don't. It's not the will of the universe that you be in a negative situation today, but it is your right to be in that situation if you choose to be. But like I said, most of us don't recognize the power of our decisions. We don't understand how we decided to be in certain situations. But if you just act as though that's true, if just like take it on faith for one time, give it a shot, just try it out. Just say, I must have made a wrong choice, or I wouldn't be in this situation. I wouldn't be feeling like I'm feeling. I wouldn't be going through what I'm going through. So since I made that choice that caused this, I can make a different choice. And the thing that I want to do is call upon the power that understands which choice to make, rather than thinking that I'm so smart that I know which choice to make. So I'm going to call upon that Star Goddess to decide for me, and she's going to undo it all. She's going to untie me from all the consequences, and I'm going to be free. And it's going to be as though it never even happened, and only good will come from it. So it's a beautiful day. Thank you so much for spending a little time with me today, and thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had the lovely Jennifer, Diane, and I am Her Eminence. We'll see you all tomorrow for another daily reading. Until then, blessed be.